Would you vote for a female president? Think about it. You are watching Miss President, so join us as we take this extraordinary journey for the search for Kenya's first reality TV leader. We asked the women of Kenya one question. Are you willing to take on the highest mantle of leadership, the presidency, and become Miss President? They came here, drawn from almost every county in Kenya, from Kilifi, Kwale, Kirinyaga, Kisumu, Kakamega, Kiambu, Kajiado, Mombasa, Meru, Machakos, Migori, Makueni, Marsabit, all over. Each one of them said yes, of course. While here, they will do their very best in the hope to persuade the judges and eventually you that they are eager, enthusiastic, and very, very able to be Miss President. So, join us. Come along on this adventure with these ladies who've left the comfort of their homes, their loved ones, and their workplace to come and compete amongst intelligent, determined, and dare I say, fearless ladies in pursuit of a very noble cause, service to this country. Over 1,000 applications were received from all over Kenya, and from these, 70 contestants were shortlisted. In the next few shows, there will be auditions to select a team of 40 women who will battle it out at the academy. They will then go through a process of training, tasks, challenges, and problem-solving activities, presentations, and finally, eliminations. You can be sure that at every stage of this competition, you will be at the edge of your seat as you attempt to figure out who among all these capable women will emerge on top. Let's meet our esteemed judges for this episode.
I'm Dr. Zipporah Okoth. I'm a lecturer of film and theatre arts at Kenyatta University. I'm also the founder of the Lake International Pan-African Film Festival. I'm a gender consultant and a performing artist. I'm looking for people who are informed, presentable, firm, and have a purpose.
I am Harrison Manga, your judge for today. I work at Media Focus in Africa, where I am programs manager. My area of expertise is in gender mainstreaming. When I look at the contestants that come before us, I am looking for knowledge, I'm looking for coherence, I'm looking for passion, I'm looking for personality.
In this episode, the first group of 18 contestants drawn from the top 70 will face the judges for the first time. The auditions consisted of these questions. A brief introduction. Why do you want to be the president of Kenya? What is the role of a leader? Do you think women should be elected or hired based on their credentials, gender balancing, or age? And lastly, address the nation in 2 minutes on any topic that you are passionate about. And the auditions kicked off in style.
We're walking to the auditions. This is confidence, man. To Miss President, yes, Your Excellency.
Hi.
Here's a snapshot of the contestants' expectations, responses, and reactions.
I woke up at 4 a.m. for these auditions. So I have been waiting for it all day.
If today you had the chance to be the president of Kenya,
Yes.
is that something that you would do?
I would be honored and privileged to be the president of Kenya because I believe that I would be in a position to unite the people, to ignite the young people, to be valiant and committed to safeguard the sovereignty of Kenya. I would not sell the birthright of Kenya for a few gold coins. I would put on board women, youth, and people with disability on the forefront of the executive and in governance.
I think I performed well in the auditions because the questions are things I am familiar with. They asked me about myself. They also asked me the role of a president and asked me to speak to Kenyans if I am the president, and I spoke on inclusivity.
You're passionate about a lot of things. Yes. Assume this is one of those days where, as the president, you need to address the nation on any topic of your choice.
Wananchi wapendwa, leo ni siku ya kufana sana katika Kenya hii yetu. Nchi hii inahitaji msingi ulio imara ambao kila Mkenya anajisikia kuwa yuko nyumbani. Serikali yangu itahakikisha kuwa kila Mkenya amewakilishwa katika hii serikali. tutafanya audit ya kila department, tuhakikishe kuwa kila ministry ina Wakenya ambao wanatoka makabila mbalimbali, watu wa umri mbalimbali na watu wa uwezo ambao unatofautiana.
Officially our youngest contestant. So you are 20 years old?
I just turned 20 days ago.
But you have a degree?
Yes, I graduated with a degree in political science.
So this is up your alley?
Yes, I graduated at 19 years. Yeah.
Wow.
Bright Star.
Hello everyone.
Hi.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Do you think women should be elected or hired based on their credentials or based on their gender balancing or based on their age? What are your thoughts?
I think women should be elected based on their credentials. But as per now, nominations help. They help to give women the experience that they need. And then you see like Milia Dambo, she was elected after a nomination. Then as now like a platform like this one, which is building women leaders, with time we'll even have an affirmative action for men. If a woman is powerful, it means we are all powerful. It doesn't mean a threat to the family. If we focus on empowering the whole society, we will grow and we'll have to nominate men with time. When I was 2 years, I had an accident, and then the plaster was done the wrong way on my right hand. And it's something I've really struggled to deal with as a young girl growing up. I just turned 20 anyway the other day, and I had graduated. So I look at my life like I've really tried to move from the negative side to be where I am today. But if I'm in a room where a lot of people are looking at me, sometimes I tend to feel insecure about it because I barely bring it out.
Can I be for you a Kasiri? Yeah. So there's no podium. There's nowhere to shikilia. So as in you're standing with that's all they see. So they can read your body language.
Am I allowed to carry my phone?
No.
The judges' faces were almost expressionless, and I found myself wishing I had said so many other things, but hey, I did my best.
What is your perspective of the role of a leader?
Leadership is basically empowering others to believe in themselves and actually take the steps they need to make the changes they need to make in their lives, to make their lives better. That's what leadership is. And it actually is also about getting the processes and the structures in place to make those processes happen.
I live my life one day at a time, and I say to God, you know what, if this was your plan, make it happen. If it's not, hey, give me the grace to go home with a smile on my face. Yeah.
How are you feeling? How are you feeling about this?
Tensed, a bit tensed, but I'm optimistic. It's gonna be fine. I was anxious when I was going inside there, and in between the room, all those people, but I believe I gave it the best shot.
You're doing quite a good job in terms of your foundation. Tell us a little about it.
I was stigmatized by people my age because it was cervical cancer that I had, and it is sexual and it's reproductive health. And I felt I needed to be there for someone else who could have been going through what I was going through or worse. When I was recuperating, I just thought maybe I was saved because I knew what a pap smear is, and maybe because I know where Nairobi is. But what about my mother? What about that woman somewhere in a rural society who cannot access these services? We have managed to screen more than 10,000 women in 15 different counties. And after screening, we've also realized there's another bigger problem of the referrals. So we work with the national hospitals because our rural women are not able to afford the treatment.
What are you willing to pay for this?
Well, I can only give my all my knowledge.
Yes.
I just go for it.
If there was a chance for you to be the president of the republic, is that something you would take?
Immediately, because that is why I'm here.
Yes.
I want to be the president of Kenya.
Of Kenya.
We have had male presidents. We know what that means as Kenyans. Jeremiah 31, verse 23, talks about God has created a new thing, that a woman shall surpass a man. And I think this is coming to pass with this dream. And this particular initiative is bringing that to life. I think I've done very well. If given a second chance, I may just add more, but not change whatever I've said. Kenya is ripe for the woman president. And I, sitting here, I'm very ripe for that.
For me, this comes naturally.
For this one, I think she just wants to send a powerful message about women in leadership.
Oh, here? Yes. Okay.
As a woman, what is your perception? Do you think that women should be hired based on their credentials, or because of gender balancing, or because of age?
Women should be allowed, I'll use the term policy making table, because one, they should be hired on credentials, on their capacity, on their past deeds, on what they have done for fellow women. Women should also be hired on affirmative action, meaning that we probably do not have the papers, but you have the experience, you have the capacity, you have the intellect, you have the natural intelligence to do it. Women should be hired on age, yes, but what are you taking there? Are you taking age, or you are taking what the other women down there need? They should have the capacity, the capability to interpret laws, understand, and ensure that they have performed according to Kenyans. Being a feminist that I am, I probably would have assured the women that gave me the vote to lead them and work with them.
Niko na Mheshimiwa Asha Bakari. Asha, vipi, uko tayari?
Niko tayari mimi. Sasa hivi niko tayari.
Hello.
Hello.
Kiongozi ana jukumu gani?
Kuongoza ni kwamba labda kuna watu katika jamii fulani wana maono fulani, wanataka kuenda pale mbele, lakini hawana mtu ambaye atachukua ile role kuambia twendeni hivi. Kwa hivyo wewe kama kiongozi, ni kazi yako moja ya kuhakikisha yale maono yao yamewafikia. Kazi nyingine ya kiongozi ni kuhakikisha ameshirikisha kila mshikadau katika sekta mbalimbali. Ukiwa pale kama kiongozi, kazi yako moja pia ni kuhakikisha unasikiza maoni ya kila mtu, irrespective ya kuwa yeye mwanamke, mwanamume. Mwaka 2022 nataka uongozi. Kwa hivyo nitatafuta wale viongozi vigogo wanawake ambao wamekuwa katika siasa. Niangalie tajriba, wapi kwa kushika, wapi sifai kushika, ndio tuangalie vile nitapenya pale.
I think time has come for me to show Kenyans at large and the world that it is tenable to think about a female president.
Assume that position that you're the president of this country. We are giving you 2 minutes to address the nation on any topic of your choice.
Wakenya wenzangu, leo hii ni siku muhimu ambao wote tumekuja pamoja kama watu wa jamii moja kuangalia na kuangazia changamoto ya ufisadi. Leo hii nimekuja mbele yenu kuwaelezea ya kuwa nimeweka mikakati sawa kuensure ya kuwa maneno ya ufisadi humu nchini tunaanza hiyo vita leo, tumeshaianza na itaendelea mpaka hii changamoto ya ufisadi tutaitoa.
What I experienced there was nothing outside of what I had anticipated. So for me, I feel really good with myself. I feel I'm in the right place at the right time, and I look forward to a positive response.
My performance at the auditions today was good in that I did not fidget, I did not lose out points. There was no instance when I became blank. The judges were friendly. I felt that the questions were familiar. They are what I expected to be asked.
Tibet.
Yes.
If we had the powers to make you president today, would you be interested in becoming president?
I would be interested in becoming a president, but not today. The honest truth is I am not ready right now, but I can be ready after a few years. Say 5 years time, yes, I think that with deliberate preparation, I should be ready. I think the tough question, not to answer, but the question itself was if I am ready to be president today. I think that was pretty tough because the reality is it's a tough question to anyone, yeah.
You are watching Miss President.
The auditions today were a bit dicey. You don't really know how you did. You just hope that you did your best, because at least you have an answer for every question that was being asked. So it's almost ticking it done, 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 done.
Hi. If we were powerful enough to make you the president of Kenya this very moment, would you be interested in taking up that position?
I would be.
Yeah.
I mean, who wouldn't be? I would be.
Why would you be interested?
History will judge me right when I say this. Some of the world's best presidents have had legal background. Franklin Roosevelt was extremely instrumental in bringing out the US from the Great Depression after the First World War. President Obama was extremely instrumental in ending the Iraq War, which had been there for decades. If I was president, I'd make law a second degree. You'd have to have what you're passionate about, but you'd have to have some training and exposure in law, because that's just the foundation. I can't say there was any tough question, so to speak, because as I said, I have an answer for every question. I got something, and I think in a scale of 1 to 10, maybe 5. Average is good.
This is a great opportunity for women, for leadership, and for people being able to respect women and understand that women also have the power to lead.
If you had the chance to be president of this country,
Yeah.
would you take that chance?
Yes, I would.
Why would you take that chance?
What my vision for Kenya as Miss President will be is to provide equality for leadership in both men and women in a secure and peaceful environment. So that would be my vision, and that is what I really love to do. I like to encourage everyone there who has a power to lead and has the confidence that they can lead. You just go ahead and lead. Don't be intimidated by anything. We are all equal. We are all created by God, and we can all make it.
I believe that I did my best. The questions were tough. I think I was tougher, so I'm hoping for the best.
Hi. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
So we're giving you 2 minutes to address the nation on live TV.
Good evening, Kenyans, my fellow Kenyans. It is my wish to spread love to all of you. I believe love conquers everything. If we work on patriotism, we will not be having corruption. Somebody will not take public funds, put it in personal pocket, forgetting that there is another Kenyan. With patriotism, we'll finish tribalism. If you love your country, you'll not hurt the other person, because patriotism is love for our country. So love one another, love this country, and it shall be well. I had quite a few minutes that I kept quiet thinking about what to talk about. But I talked about the best thing that I know of, love. Yes, if we all love our country, all these things that are happening, they would not be happening.
When you are asked to talk about yourself, there's a lot about yourself, but to express yourself and talk about yourself is always not very easy in humankind. But it's easy to say my weaker part. What are those weaker things about you? It's easy. But to talk goodness of yourself, it needs somebody else to talk about you.
Pick any topic of your choice and address your people.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dina Helen Chebitwe. I want to empower you women so that you develop so well in the society today. I want to look at you in your own capacities. I want to develop you so that you come up to the higher levels. You others who are economically developing yourselves, I want to bring you to the higher levels. Oh, thank you so much. To the ladies and the girls in my community, I've been your role model, and this is the far I have come. I believe you can make better than the place I've reached, because I know walking my steps, you'll go far.
I think I performed at the audition quite well because it was the best that I could, and I'm waiting for the results to see the way forward. I'm good.
Do you think women should be elected based on their credentials, age, or gender balancing?
As Hillary Clinton said, women's rights are human rights. I think women should be elected because they are humans. She has the right to be elected as a leader. If given a second chance, I don't think that I will answer any question differently, because that is the best that I could come up with.
I think I was quite composed. Of course, we had the normal tension that you have, but I tried as much as possible to contain myself and just take a moment after being asked every question and internalize before I actually answered.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you think women should be elected based on their credentials, age, or gender balancing?
When we are talking of women leadership, then we are talking of having women who are actually offering an alternative leadership. I am so pro the two-third gender rule, but when we are talking of offering an alternative leadership and achieving the gender rule, then we are also supposed to talk about accountable leadership. I'd love to tell my family and friends that I am so grateful for the support that I've gotten since the start of this journey, and I promise I'll continue doing and giving my best.
How did I perform at the audition? I think I did well, but I gave it my best, and for me that's what matters.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Do you think women should be elected or hired based on their credential, gender balancing, or age?
Right now, the gender balance is to help us grow. But we also, as we do the gender balance issue, is also to ensure that women are hired, because we have qualified women across the sector, whether it is industrial, whether it is architectures or whatever. We do need to hire women for their credentials. We are competent.
Something I'd like to share about this and the entire experience is life is not a rehearsal. If you're curious and you want to do something, you know what? The time is now. That's why it's called present. It's a gift and it's now. So there's something you've been thinking you want to do or you've ever wanted to do it now.
I think I did well at the auditions. It is very, very important for women to believe in themselves. And as I was answering the questions, I was debating in myself or in my head on what I am saying and the content that I'm delivering before the judges, and I think I did extremely well.
What is the role of a leader?
I am an enabler. I will be the first to tell you that yes, you can. I will support you, I will mentor you, I will be on your back just pushing you to be the best that you can. And when you fail because we fail, I will be there to support you. And when you rise, I will also be there to just celebrate you for what you have done. I would like to tell the audience and my family and friends that I am the sum total of so many women and men who have believed in me. These women and men have cheered me on. They have guided and mentored me up to this place that I am here today, and I am proud to be here because they made me to be here today.
Finally, the first set of 18 contestants have all stood in front of the judges. The judges have stepped aside to have a chat and a recap on the day's presentations.
This is that bit where we're all jittery, wondering who is in, who is out. So we just want to have a chat with the judges. Harrison, Zippy, it's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
How was it? How was it? How was it?
It was exciting. I think one thing that stood out is most of the people were prepared.
Oh, good.
A lot of them were prepared for the day. Some looked like they'd crammed some questions, especially the role of the president.
Because that was expected. I mean, you have to get that one right.
Absolutely. Yes, yeah? And you could see some people counting their fingers, looking at the ceiling. Yeah, so that was quite... Almost all of them had crammed on the tips of their fingers.
The president is the face of Kenya, or is the face of his nation, rather. And he's the key citizen, like the main citizen of Kenya.
President of Kenya is the head of the country, the head and the head of the government, functioning as CEO of the country. The president ensures that as a country we are in good, relational situation with our neighbors and with other countries in the world.
The President of Kenya nominates, and once approved, he appoints the cabinet secretaries.
So 3 things come into my mind. The first one is the president is the executive, the chief executive of the country, in the sense that he's the ultimate authority for the country.
President of Kenya, when bills are passed in Parliament, he initiates the policies. I mean, he initiates his goals.
Our president has several roles. First, he's the commander-in-chief. He's a chief executive. He's a chief legislator. He's a chief diplomat. He's also the chief citizen.
Presidency is, as an institution, is the executive. The President of Kenya is the head of state and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. And
the role of the President of Kenya is to ensure that what Kenyans need in terms of infrastructure, health, economic empowerment, food security, peace and justice is enacted.
Then there were other questions that caught them off guard. The question about how you would hire or elect a woman based on their credentials or so. That one caught them off guard because some people didn't expect it.
Yeah.
Yes, and then, of course, the speech.
Yeah, the speech, and even the point when we were asking them if he had the powers to make them president, would they be ready? You know, there were a few surprises.
But there were people who already were in positions of leadership.
Yes.
I mean, this was more or less like right up their alley.
Yeah.
Not that level, but they know about, controls and power, hire to fire. How did those ones perform? You don't have to say who they are.
Among the contestants that we saw today, those that have had prior leadership experience, particularly those that have had a bit of political leadership experience. I mean, we spoke to a couple of ladies who have been MCAs and a couple others who've contested. So that, sort of gave them a good standing, and they were able to respond to our questions a lot better. So in some way that, gave them an advantage in this particular segment. But also for me, what was more interesting, and I think what stood out, was the way some of the contestants were able to bring out their stories, their life experiences, and how, the heart and the pain that some of them have gone through has inspired them and has given them the push to come out and to seek to get into leadership.
So that's an emotional connection.
Absolutely, and it's very important.
Makes them human.
Yeah, it makes them human. So people will be looking at them and can identify with them and can feel them.
ZP, you and I go way back. How many are going home? And who?
Harrison.
Okay, I'll tell you who. How many? Okay, how many? And who? How many?
Yeah, we are having 6.
6
out of 18 going home.
6. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good number. It's less than the ones who were supposed to go home today.
Yeah.
Meaning we had quite a number of very good people. Then we have those we think we can give them another chance to find out whether they should really go home or they are what the struggle. Yeah, so we think those ones can stay for the moment.
Well, so 6 are going.
Yes, only 6 only, yeah.
12 are staying. We'll find out who they are. You and I will find out who they are. Stay with us. You are watching Miss President. Stomach in knots does not even begin to describe how I am feeling right now, because it's that time. When 6 have to go. Judges, Harrison.
Yes.
One. Okay, let's agree. Can I tell you who I think is going, and then you see whether I'm right? No. No. Okay. Are you sure you're ready? You're done. So you've made your decision. 6 people are going.
Yes.
You know who they are?
Absolutely.
Is your decision final?
Yes.
Any possibility you may change your mind? Maybe after our discussion, maybe you're like, oh, you know what, guys, just wait.
No, Jimmy, this is final.
This is final.
Yes.
No hints, Zippy?
No hints. You'll know in a few.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's meet the next set of contestants. Okay. Contestants, please come in. Wow, Your Excellencies, let me still call you that. I think I speak on behalf of the team and your family and friends that, you know, we are ever so proud of you, okay? From 1,000 to this number, you know, you must pat yourself in the back and say, yes, irrespective, I did this. But as is in every competitive situation, someone or some people have to go. Judges, you're sure this is final?
It is final.
Okay. I hand you now over to the judges.
Hello. Hi. Cheer up. Quite a number of you are very good leaders. In fact, most of you really impressed us. It's only that this is a competition and some people have to go home and some people have to stay to continue battling it for the final prize. And with all the pain that it takes, we will have to let some of you go home. And on that note, we will call some of you to step forward and some of you to remain standing where they are. Miss Rashid, step forward. Anne Munjiru Mwangi, step forward. And the rest remain standing. We are sorry that the two of you will have to go home because you were not nominated. However, we believe you are great leaders and you are still going to create an impact in your communities. Yes.
Two of you, follow me please.
Congratulations to the 4 of you who've remained. We hope one of you makes it to become Her Excellency, Miss President of this show and eventually of the Republic of Kenya. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Your Excellency, I will do my best and I will also embrace my colleagues because of the support they have given me.
I would like to say that we are all leaders in our own capacities, even for our colleagues who have left. Nothing takes away their leadership capacities.
Women power, and each person has a gift. If you're intelligent enough as a leader, you consolidate the skills.
We encourage each other. It's been a journey, and the discussions that we've had, ideas and stuff, but we did our best.
I would like to thank my friends who has been there for me since the beginning of this journey, and throughout everything that I've ever tried in my life, they've been there for me, and for my family for being supportive.
First of all, I would like to thank my husband so much. He's been a really great support, having to stay with the baby as I pursue my dreams and all. So baby, thank you so much. And to my son, thank you for understanding, and thank you for being quiet for mom to do this.
Now let's meet the next set of contestants. Contestants, please come in.
Come forward, just a little forward, yes.
Your Excellencies, like I told the first 6, that we are proud of you as a team, and of course as your friends and supporters are watching you right now. So the judge's decision is final. There will be some of you who will remain, and some of you will have to give you a good hug goodbye. But like we always say, everyone is a winner. Somebody is watching this show right now and saying, you know what, I have seen the potential that those guys didn't see in somebody. So it doesn't end here. Okay? Judges, I ask you once again, your decision is final.
Yes.
Okay. Over to you.
Thank you. To just echo what everyone else has said, you have done really well, and so you should be proud of yourself. But because this is a competitive show, we have to let some go for now and give others the opportunity to carry forward. So if you hear your name, please just take a step forward. Betty Adera, Bright Star Kasioka, Caroline Chege, Caroline Ojenge Ogot. Why do you think I called you forward, the 4 of you? Congratulations. You get a chance to carry on in the show. Thank you. Thank you.
Can the two? Are you done?
So that is Brenda Wendy Kawira and Cesarine Ongaya.
Can you follow me, please? Follow me.
So, congratulations once again, and all the best. Yes.
Do you know the feeling? I almost lost 10 kgs today. It would have been a good thing. But the feeling, I'm so relieved.
Will this camaraderie continue?
Just getting past this first stage of elimination is already a sign of success. So ladies,
Congratulations. We are supporting each other, encouraging each other. Yeah. Positive attitude.
I'd love to tell my family and friends that I am so grateful for the support that I've gotten since the start of this journey, and I promise I'll continue doing and giving my best at this.
Now let's meet the next set of contestants. Your Excellencies, this is that time. This is that time that we always try and avoid, but of course it has to happen because it is a competition. Off the bat, let me say that on behalf of the team and the judges, and your family and friends who've been supporting you throughout, we're very proud of you, and you should be. From 1,000 to now, where you're standing, it's quite a feat to achieve, and you've done that. But it is a competition, so there are those who will continue to stay, and there are those that will continue to support from outside the precincts of this academy. The decision by the judges is final. Yes, judges?
Yes, it is.
So allow me to hand you over to them. Judges.
Hello. This is the time that everybody dreads. However, we have to make this decision for the show to go on. Kathleen Jomba, step forward. Chebet Ruto, step forward. We are sorry to say you have not been nominated to the next level. However, we congratulate you for this far you have come, and we believe that you're still going to create an impact within your communities, and you can still pursue your dream of becoming a Miss President and make Kenya proud. Thank you.
Come with me.
To the 4 remaining contestants, you have been nominated to the next level. Congratulations.
In any separation, you must feel some flood of emotions, and this is it.
As much as you are honored to stay in the academy, you have a sense of wanting to have worked with this person a bit longer.
I don't know what to say. I might start crying, so I don't know.
I've lost a friend whom I was mentoring. I'll be lonely for some moments.
To my mom, to my brothers and my sisters, I'm so happy that you brought me up to be the person that I am today. And I owe you so much, and that's why I am really trying to be the best adult I can be. I thank you so much for always being there for me, and I hope I can pay you one day. Thank you.
For some, there's joy, celebration, and a hefty dose of appreciation as they advance in the competition. For others, it's a somber moment, but still full of insights they can take from the judges.
We're very proud of you. We're very happy that you took this chance and that you came thus far. But in terms of feedback from us regarding the decisions that we made, by and large, it was more to do with how you presented yourself. It was more about were you maintaining eye contact. Some of you are a bit fidgety as you were engaging us. Just those little things. It's just about your presentations. Were you able to project your voice very well? That's really where the difference came in terms of whether you could stay on or go home. Because in terms of the knowledge and the ability to answer the questions, you were really good at that.
Quite a number of you were not very open. We could feel you're holding back personal information, especially the very first question. Who are you? Is it that you are not so proud of who you are right now? Why don't you want to tell the people whom you want to elect you about who you are, where you've come from? Because that's a very open question. You need to be very open with that so that we know your background. Another reason is when you are asked a question that you did not expect, how fast are you in thinking and getting the right answer? Some of you took too long to think about that answer. And as a leader, you need to be informed and have something at your fingertips. Another attribute is in terms of articulation. Quite a number of you were very articulate, quite audible, but then also when speaking, what's your thought process? Some of you are going around at the same point in different words. And so we're like, is she listening to herself? And that also came up.
After a day of anxiety, expectations of going through the first stage, and the disappointment of going home too early in the competition.
What I want to tell all of us who are going, we've had a session. Let's continue doing this. Everything happens for a reason, for sure. You may not know why, and you may not explain why. But for me, I'm thankful I have met such great ladies.
A mixture of questions, curiosity of what might have been, tears, hugs, comforting, prayers and dance, and a sense of calm. Filled the evening
at the residence.
That's it for today's exciting episode, huh? This group of ladies, having done their best, are going home to continue on their individual paths of leadership. For those that remain, the pool of competition gets smaller and the effort they have to put in gets bigger. Do you want to encourage someone? Do you want to share your opinion? Maybe you want to give your predictions. Tweet us on @media_focus. Find us also on Facebook @MediaFocusOnAfrica. And also check us out on Instagram @MediaFocusOnAfrica. So as we say goodbye to the contestants, we also say goodbye to you. I challenge you now with this quote from Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, Africa's first female president. If your dreams do not scare you, they're not big enough. Remember, the motivation, the passion, and the wonders of the journey to the top continue with the next episode of Miss President.